This looks so, oh baby, yeah. Ayo guys, but for real, ayo, what was that intro guys? But you know what this is, y'all know what this is. Especially with this series. It doesn't feel that long ago that I dropped the Mato Seihei no Slave manga video, and it's winter 2024 and the anime is out. And I don't know how many times I can say that word, so I'm gonna be referring to this as Chain Soldier, and every Chain Soldier fan has been anxiously but super very eager about this anime. It sucks that it's only a single core, meaning 12 episodes only, because the manga is so far ahead. By the time I drop this video, we are at chapter 125, and I haven't looked up if this manga is anytime soon, but we are getting some really big fights, and I don't want to say that it's endgame, but we're almost getting there. So this could have totally been 2 core season, meaning 24 episodes. But enough with the technicals, how is the anime? This is going to be a 3-episode impressions video, and I'll do a full review once the season is over. So I'll give my initial thoughts here. I won't be too harsh, and for the review I'll be more critical, even though I'm still going to be a little bit critical here because, you know, it's an impressions video, but I don't want to go into full detail. But before we move on, what is Chain Soldier about? Click on this video for a full dive into the manga, so minor spoilers there, but in short, we have found ourselves with an odd dimension full of monsters that has crossed with our own, and they are a threat to humanity, obviously. But they find a way to fight with these powers known as peaches, a fruit found in this dimension known as the Mato, and they seem to only give women powers. So we find ourselves in a world where women are the elite class and men are just the low class citizens who just are better off being maids because they have nothing else to offer when women are this powerful and elite. And here we meet Yuki Wakara, our main character, who's a soon-to-graduate high school student who just looks really down and upset about his future because he's a man and it's not looking too bright. And then he finds himself in a Mato mishap where, you know, our dimension crosses with the Mato and you find yourself in a world full of monsters. And yes, this is the worst position to be in, but he is in a position where he has the opportunity to gain a power and become a superhero and be a hero in his world. And of course he takes his proposition because it's going to be very, very rewarding. Let's start this first impression with the first episode, and let me tell you, they had me in the first half. And I wasn't worried by the first half, I was worried by the intro. Off the bat, we start out with some pretty janky looking CGI. And before you guys start to blast me in the comments that it isn't CGI, it's just the art style, to my eyes, it looks like CGI. Maybe the animation looks wonky because this is an exclusively streamed high dive anime series, and yeah, I don't really have high dive. But this isn't a CGI doom and gloom video because the rest of the CGI there in the action scenes made up for it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves because the opening gave me some false hope because the animation on that is hand drawn, it looks like, and it looks great, and I hope that we can get some of that on the more impactful fights in the series, but that's hopeful thinking. But hey, Best Girl makes an appearance and oh my god, I can't wait to see Tenka in this anime. But yes, the art style and animation is way better than I initially thought. When Yuki is interacting with his classmates and he gets sucked into the Mato, it looks good, but you do get some of that wonk from the CGI moments, but it's nothing terrible. Ah! Holy shit, I never expected to get jump scared in Mato Chain Soldier. Well, I would have jump scared if someone walked in while I was watching this during those very saucy scenes, but the actual shows jump scare me like that? Like, what the fuck is this? In the Chain Soldier video, I do talk about being worried about the CGI animation looking a little wonky, and then of course the Yuki designs being very generic and boring, but I never expected them to look this fucking ugly. I knew these monsters, the Shukis, would be the main issue with the animation, but what the fuck is this? Thankfully for us, the Abomination does get killed, but even then, some of the other masks on the Shuki are still really bad. I didn't think they were masks, I thought they were just faces and skulls, but they look like masks in this series, and I just wish that they would have just kept it plain, because these faces are hideous. I guess they have to balance it out with these badass waifus, because thankfully Kyoka comes and saves this awful mess, and she looks amazing. We know where all the budget for this show is going. We do. And no, it's not because of what we will talk about in a bit. Geez, keep it in your pants. But immediately we do get to see Kyoka on the offensive, and once again I am like really surprised on how good it looks. I think the biggest growing pain for this anime will be the Shuki, because it does take some time until we get some non-Shuki related fights, because I do think they are really bad, but we do get to see Yuki in his slate in his Chain Soldier form, and he looks good, but his fights are even better than I expected. That's why you shouldn't judge a trailer too hard, but it's still got a lot of walk to get over. And I'm gonna be jumping a little all over the place because we are not talking about that just yet. And I don't know why my notes are missing this, but before we move on to the next episode, there is a small change with the first episode and the first chapter of Chain Soldier. Here, some kids actually go into the Mato mishap with Yuki, and they serve a very good purpose because they're about to get attacked, and this is a perfect moment for Yuki to show that he's a hero even without the powers, and Kyoko gets to see this and she sees the potential in Yuki, and that's why she selects him as her Chain Soldier. Pretty good moment, I like this change. And this also helps introduce the 7th Squadron early because you need more help for all the people that got sucked into this Mato mishap, and it's also a very warranted change because, you know, why not show the whole cast really early? But yeah, pretty good start for the first episode, and on to the next episode, we see more of the same, some really solid moments, but moments that suffer because of course the jank animations from the Shuki. But we do get a more slow episode here where it's just like more slice of life and seeing how Yuki's life will look like now in the Mato and with the 7th Squadron. And for you fans, there is not too many rewards here, but we do get to see a lot of the fan service that this series will become infamous for. And we also get a glimpse of how Yuki starts to win over this bountiful cast of women and how strong his resolve is to become a hero, even if at times he has to be a low-class citizen. But I mean, I wouldn't complain though. I'd be in there full maid mode and call me Chef Gordon Ramsay, or better yet, call me Soma Yukihiro when I'm in that kitchen, boy. And yes, we do get another fight here with an even bigger Shuki since it's a Shushu centered episode. And I don't want to keep ripping on the Shuki battles because I know they might be pretty generic and boring, but you guys let me know in the comments what you think about them. Are you impressed? Are you kind of let down by them? Or let me know that you're not even watching this anime for the fights because you know what's coming next. But thankfully, in the opening, we get to see the potential villains that the 7th Squad will have to engage with, and I hope that they are saving the best animations for those moments. And I'm correct because in episode 3, it is the saving grace and what will sell this series. This is the episode that has it all. We get very necessary character development with Kyoko, with her backstory and her resolve to protect humanity, as we see a special kind of Shuki that destroyed her hometown and she is the lone survivor. We also get to see a showcase from the whole squad, and we also get some high stakes and even better rewards. Hold up. I know that some of you, the rewards is a show, but we finally get introduced to villains that aren't mindless Shuki. Here we meet Aoba. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and she is a new threat. She is half human and half Shuki. She is terrifyingly powerful, so we can thankfully get better fights because of it, and she is way better designed than those hideous Shukis. She's a girl, so obviously her design is on point, and she contrasts Kyoko very well because she also rides a Shuki, and it's no other than the unicorn that plagues Kyoko and the reason for her misfortune. And I like the design on the unicorn. It's very intimidating. It's very, you know, scary looking. It's not like, I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's cool. It's cool. The 7th Squadron is blindsided by her arrival and her power and are spared as she plays with her food and lets them have another day to live in fear of her. Thankfully for this, we do have a lot more to look forward to. And here's where we get to see that this isn't just a fan servicey show just for the fan service, and we will get some mystery, some good fights, and have a lot more depth with these characters. But I'm scared that the CGI will scare off viewers. But I've been fucking yapping for way too much. Let's turn over to Twitter, I mean X, because it's starting to look X-rated because of Chain Soldier. And is anyone complaining about the animation or the CGI? They are not, because this is Chain Soldier, and what everyone is here for is the rewards, and yes, they are rewarding. Seriously, everyone online is more hyped for the fan service, and they do fulfill that here in the episodes we see. I won't show too much because, you know, this is YouTube, but High Dive has promised us the uncensored versions, that they will be available for streaming, and yes, they are uncensored, and they give us a peek of what's to come. So make sure that those doors are locked, gang, because we will be seeing some very saucy rewards. So far in the first 3 episodes, they have gone progressively more saucy than the last. I thought they were about to show Yuki's manhood there for a bit, but thankfully they won't sell this show with some male genitalia. But they do shout out us growers, let's go. Shushu is first unimpressed with Yuki's soldier, but after his transformation, he is fully bricked up. It's obvious that he was expecting a reward, but damn, he is already hardwired immediately to be excited for that reward. But yes, Shushu gets to see Yuki's soldier in all its bricked up glory, and let's just say, we know why this anime has the harem tag. But as far as Shushu and Hamaru, we have just gotten the same standard but uncensored fan service that we expect in anime. But with Kyoka's rewards, they evolve in every episode, and in episode 3, here's where you will learn a lot about yourself. You will be watching this smut and immediately start hating Yuki because you just wish that your lives would just swap at that very moment. And then you start questioning yourself, like, I didn't know that I liked that. Me neither, and that's the magic of Mato Seihei no Slave. Maybe I should have added a down bad counter for this video just like my manga video. The animations here during the rewards here look great compared to the manga. The manga still has the slight edge with the panels, but the voice acting here makes up for the shortcomings. See what I did there? But we can see where all the resources have went to, and well, are you gonna complain about it? And in the first 3 episodes, we have gotten a small sample size of the rewards, but we have a whole season to look forward to and a lot more awakenings to come out. But I do hope that this show isn't only recognized for its fan service. Yes, there's a lot of it, and yes, we are here for the girls, and yes, maybe it is the best parts, but these are badass, and I hate to say it, badass babes with really cool peach powers, and I hope that they execute the following battles. Because if they can pull off these fights, this can easily be the most fun anime of the season winter 2024. I'm calling it. This has the potential to be on the level of Food Wars, where yes, it's ecchi, but it's a legit action shonen. And yes, I did say that Food Wars is a legit action shonen. Well, not an action shonen, but like an action sports anime shonen, you know? You get me, right? Because there is so much more to it than just a fan service. But yes, the fan service is going to be everywhere once these episodes start to roll in. You thought that the fan service in 100 Girlfriends was too much? Just you wait. And we're reaching the end of this video, so let's talk about the end credits. And once again, we are blessed with Tenka. Oh man. Episode 3 actually ends with her arrival to the 7th squad, and it's just, I started barking immediately, man. I couldn't hold myself. And we also get to see Himari's sister, who's also part of another squadron. I believe that's the 3rd squadron. I have to I don't remember on the spot, but that end credit scene though, oh my god. If I ever needed to be enslaved, it'd be by Tenka, I swear to God. So I'll say that Chain Soldier just passed the 3-episode test. Of course, I was going to finish out the season, but I think a lot of viewers' interest will direct right here. Good one, right? And they will finish out this season. This is going to be a fun one. But let me know what you guys thought. Did you love it better than expected? Or do you think that you hate the CGI and this ruined it for you and you won't finish it out? What are you most excited to see? There are so many girls, and we know a lot of good moments that will be making it into the 1st season. So I'll see you guys again at the end of the season. So if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video to help it reach out to more Chain Soldier fans. And why not subscribe and help me become enslaved by Tenka? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. It should have been me. It should have been me.